Hi, hello, and namaste. How are you all?
Hello, sir. Good evening. We are all okay, sir.
Okay, am I clear to everyone? Is my voice is clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, then shall we wait for some time or we can start the session?
Sir, as you wish.
Okay, okay. So like this, we will wait for 1 more minute, then we can start. Meanwhile, how is your preparation? How is the things going in your life? How is the preparation? First of all,
Sir, চলছে.
acha. So then, Kaustau, are you there? Kaustau,
Yes,
Ayan,
sir.
Saraswati ji.
Yes,
I
sir.
think
Yes, sir.
the Kaustav is there. How are you, Kaustav?
Good, sir.
Good, good. How is your preparation?
Sir, it's good, but thinking about the CSAT portion,
Okay.
so that's the main thing. But that is difficult thing
See,
for us.
the thing is, for a non-art student, CSAT portion is really a bit challenging. In fact, one of the serious constraint for many students also. So, what I can suggest to you is, don't neglect CSAT. First of all, you should be clear on it. So, don't neglect CSAT and don't over stress on CSAT itself. So what I want to convey to you is in two terms. I would like to tell you. One way, CSAT. Are you able to see something on the screen?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So coming to CSAT, a paper which is in three different formats. Number one, 2015 to in fact 2013 to 2015 at a different level. 2015 to 2017 at a different level. 2017 to 2022 at a different level. Now, let me give a clarification here. This point, that is in the initial days, CSAT is for like getting good score, and people used to get even qualified because of CSAT itself at that time. But from 2015, things started to change. From 2015, people who primarily focused on English comprehensions, they used to clear this exam. But unfortunately, from last few years, that is from 2017 to 2022, reading comprehensions are very much difficult. Reading comprehensions are very difficult, and quant and arithmetic, or you can say reasoning point of view, is at the minimum to moderate to tough level, at more or less equal to CAT or SBI PO level. So imagine situation of a art student who is from the like BPC, who is from political science, he is from sociology, he is from anthropology, or who is from arts students, he is facing much difficulty because this mathematical portion, it's somewhat very complex to them. Of course, we don't. The coaching centers doesn't give high priority to the conceptual learning of the CSAT part. They will try to focus on the shortcuts, cheat codes. क्या होता है सब कुछ बर्बाद होता है. So the important thing you have to understand is, for CSAT, this is the best time to start. Then how to start, my dears? Number one, if you are a voracious reader, if you are having a good reading skills, you can bank on, or you can depend on reading comprehensions. जो आपके साथ जो रीडिंग कॉम्प्रहेंशन काफी अच्छा था, आपके साथ जो रीडिंग जो पढ़ाई में, अंग्रेजी पढ़ाई में जो आसान में काम हो सकता है, तो आप ये चीज पर ध्यान से पढ़ाई करना, और आपको रीडिंग स्पीड जितना भी बड़ा हो सकता है तो बड़ा करना है. सो इफ इट इज पॉसिबल टू एनहांस योर स्पीड ऑफ द reading skills, try to focus on it. Okay, so first and foremost thing is bank on the reading skills if you have the capacity of reading comprehension at a faster phase. लेकिन जो आप लोग अभी शुरू किया जो अंग्रेजी पैराग्राफ और कॉम्प्रहेंशन पढ़ाई करने के लिए, सो आप ध्यान से फोकस कर लेना वर्ड पर मिनट. ये चीज क्या है? वर्ड पर मिनट का मतलब है कि आप जो इंग्लिश कॉम्प्रहेंशन पैराग्राफ पढ़ाई कर सकता है, तो focus on how many words you are reading per minute. Okay, just in a minute, how many words you are reading. So this is the best way to enhance your speed. Then you should have the ability of summarizing the paragraph. If you read one paragraph, let us say a paragraph of 10 lines, you should summarize what is the main agenda of the author, what he is trying to convey. That's it. Okay, because in CSAT, the difference between civil service examination, CSAT paper or reading comprehension and other exams is they will try to ask you, for other exams I'm telling you, SSC exams, they will try to ask you the vocabulary, synonyms, opposite words, as something which is inside the paragraph. But coming to civil service examination, UPSC CSAT is different. They will ask you summarize the paragraph, or how to conclude the paragraph, what author is not mentioning in the paragraph, what author is trying to. So this is the points you have to understand. जो आप यूपीएससी सीसेट तैयारी करने समय में क्या चीज ध्यान में फोकस करना है, तो पहले चीज है कि जो आपका रीडिंग स्पीड था, इसको आगे बढ़ने के लिए कोशिश करना जरूरी था. इसके बाद आप जो भी पैराग्राफ आप पढ़ाई कर रहा है, इसके पैराग्राफ पढ़ाई करने के बाद आप उनका समरी, क्या आदर क्या कोशिश कर रहा है, क्या पूछने के लिए कोशिश कर रहा है, आदर का कंक्लूजन क्या है, आदर क्या किसी चीज और क्या चीज नहीं बोल रहा है, और यानी नहीं फोकस कर रहा है, ये चीज आपको ध्यान से पढ़ाई करना और ध्यान से आंसर लिखना. So this is the first and extreme step you should focus for the CSAT or reading comprehension preparation. So as art students, you have the capacity of reading the things, so you can go ahead with that. Now, coming to the second element, that is arithmetic portion. This arithmetic यानी quantitative aptitude के लिए ज्यादा आपका बैकग्राउंड में मैथमेटिक्स है तो फोकस कीजिए, लेकिन आपका बैकग्राउंड में मैथमेटिक्स नहीं तो ये बाद में कर लेना, क्योंकि आपका सेकंड ऑप्शन जो है ये रीजनिंग में पढ़ डालना. रीजनिंग में जो चीज था, हम बोलते हैं पजल्स का मतलब है कि सिटिंग अरेंजमेंट्स होता है, इसमें एजेस होता है. सो ये चीज आप like there are A, B, C, D sitting in a circular motion, sitting in a parallel motion, sitting in a random. So ये क्वेश्चंस आप फोकस कर लेना, एक और दो क्वेश्चंस कम से कम आता है. सो रीजनिंग टॉपिक्स में आप ध्यान से पढ़ाई कर लेना और फोकस भी देना. सो रीजनिंग होने के बाद आप क्वांटिटेटिव पर जाना. ओके, सो डोंट गो हियर एंड देयर, डोंट गो अनडायरेक्शनली, गो बिकॉज एज पर योर स्ट्रेंथ्स यू हैव टू मूव. ओके, सो आपको मालूम है ना, पूर्व काल में हमको होता है मल्ल युद्ध यानी मुष्टि युद्ध, wrestling. Today we are calling as wrestling. सो दो अपोनेंट्स होता है, तो एक अपोनेंट में इसका फोकस जो है, इसकी फोकस को होता है कि साइड पंच, अपर पंच, यानी कुछ पंचेस यानी टैकलिंग में, ये चीज वो फोकस करेगा. इनका वीकनेस में ज्यादा फोकस नहीं करेगा. पहले उनका स्ट्रेंथ पर फोकस करेगा, इसके बाद स्ट्रेंथ में फोकस करने के बाद वो वीकनेस को रेक्टिफाई करने के लिए वो जाते हैं. इसी तरीका आप भी करना चाहिए. सो जो आपको मैथमेटिक्स बैकग्राउंड नहीं तो रीडिंग कॉम्प्रिहेंशन में ज्यादा फोकस कर लेना, लेकिन रीडिंग कॉम्प्रिहेंशन में भी यूपीएससी के क्वेश्चन पेपर के अनुसार तैयारी कर लेना। अब जो एसएससी पेपर यानी एसबीआई पेपर ये लिखने से ज्यादा काम नहीं होता है, क्योंकि यूपीएससी का सीसेट पेपर में इंग्लिश कॉम्प्रिहेंशन काफी बेहतरीन था और बहुत डिफरेंट था। दूसरी बात है कि रीजनिंग पर फोकस कर लेना, सारी की सारी चीज में रीजनिंग के फोकस पर, रीजनिंग का चीज सिलेबस जो है उसके फोकस कर लेना, उसको खत्म कर लेना। तीसरी बात है कि क्वांटिटेटिव एप्टीट्यूड में आपको मैथमेटिक्स बैकग्राउंड कम हो सकता है, तो आप तीसरा ऑप्शन देना, लेकिन आप पहला ऑप्शन देना। ये चीज मैंने बोला आर्ट स्टूडेंट्स की तरीके से बोला। I just discussed these points from the art students background. If you are from BTech background, if you are from science background, you can change the priorities. So मेरी रिक्वेस्ट है कि आप जो नॉन मैथमेटिक्स स्टूडेंट्स है तो ये चीज ध्यान से फोकस कर लेना। Kaustav, did my discussion help you from last 10 minutes? What I discussed to you, is it helpful to
No,
you?
sir. It's very helpful, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
It's my pleasure, Kaustav. आगे बढ़ने के लिए
No,
क्या
sir.
I just want to tell you, whatever subject you are facing difficulties, just let me know it. I will definitely try to help it. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
It's my pleasure, Kaustav. Okay. Right. So hope everyone joined with us. So till now, I had a just interaction with the students who are facing difficulties with CSAT. Remaining students, I guess they may confuse what is sir is teaching. I'm going to start now. So just give me a second. I will upload the PPT. Is my screen is visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, one question, sir. Just 1 minute, sir.
Kaustav.
Sir, if I attempt 2023, then मुझे क्या 2023 का और 22 का करंट अफेयर्स करना चाहिए या सिर्फ 23 पे ही फोकस देना चाहिए?
That's a very good question, Kaustav. But let me tell you the exact things which is UPSC is going from last few years. Okay. हम कहाँ से शुरू किया? Okay. Listen. From 2013 onwards, from 2013 onwards, civil service examination pattern changed. So from 2013 to 2023, this is the exam which is going to complete 10 years of syllabus. The new syllabus is going to complete 10 years. Now, what happened is 2015, 2016, 2017, there were questions directly from the current affairs. But what happened immediately, whatever the coaching institute you say, I'm talking about not from the north, south, east, west, I'm talking about Delhi coaching centers. Obviously, this Rao, Bajirama, so on and so forth. These academies started to provide like current affairs is the best subject you have to focus. So they created some artificial coloring to the current affairs subject. So बात है कि 2015 से जो यूपीएससी प्रीलिम्स पेपर था, इनमें करंट अफेयर्स को काफी अच्छा मार्क्स देते हैं। इसके अलावा व्हाट हैपेंड इज दे स्टार्टेड टू गिव मोर प्रायोरिटी टू करंट अफेयर्स, बट थिंग्स हैपेंड डिफरेंटली फ्रॉम 2018 onwards. 18 to 2022, what is the best thing happened is they asked current affairs, but they started to focus from last 8 months, 9 months, and there are 1-2 questions even asked from the 10 months. So I guess in 2019 there was a question which is from 1.5 year back. So if a student asked me, sir, is it best to have last 6 months or last 1 year? I suggest them last 1 year. Of course, if you are a veteran, if you are not a fresh aspirant, if you are preparing for the exam from last 2 to 3 years, I will suggest you from last 1.5 year also. But if you are a fresher, if you are a new aspirant, please do focus on 1 year newspaper. But what is the saddest part, What is most unfortunate part? Students are nowadays looking for the monthly compilations. I generally don't recommend it because monthly compilations are not scientific. Let me tell you why. Let me put forward the observations given by the topper, 2017 topper, Anudeep Durisetti. What he said, he used to read newspaper every day. Even Subham sir, Sachin Gandhi, these people are focusing that they used to read newspaper every day while sleeping, while traveling, while doing something else, while chatting with their boyfriends or girlfriends or mothers or parents. They used to read newspaper for a time, and for the main articles, they used to get the basic idea. Then they used to refer these monthly comparisons. So this is the most important element you should understand, Kaustav. Read newspaper because almost 5 months is going there. Read newspaper every day and get the monthly comparisons. That is one thing I will tell you. But for your question directly, I'm going to say it is better to have 1.5 year, but it is okay to have last 1 year, because the issue of this CRISPR gene editing we discussed in our previous current affair issues. So CRISPR gene editing technology was asked in 2019 paper, but this is in news from 2017. So it doesn't mean that we should read last 2 years papers. So what is important is we need to focus on those issues which are in news from last 1.5 year. At the same time, we need to focus on the issues which are in the news from last 6 to 8 months. So I will tell you in nutshell, 10 to 12 months current affairs needed, but it is okay to have last 1.5 year also, not bad to have it. Just have an idea about 1.5 year, but just focus on the 10 to 12 months. It is important also. Clear? So try it.
Oh, okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, Kosto, but don't give too much stress to the current affair issues, because for other exams there may be some very factual content, but UPSC will have some kind of knowledgeable questions itself. Anyway, hope you are clear, Kosto.
Yeah, yes, sir. Exactly, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, Kosto. So let us start the discussion of today's current issues. So today we are going to start discussion about this first phase. So restoration works in Veerabhadra Swami mural in Lepakshi temple begins. So how many of you are aware about Vijayanagara Empire? Let me know first of all. How many of you are aware about? I found Joey. I found Kaustav. Vijayanagara Empire and Shekhar Saab. Okay, no issue at all. Try to understand. So throughout the India, it is the Lepakshi, Vijayanagara Empire, which was very, very famous for its cultural significance. UPSC time and again asked questions about this Vijayanagara Empire, but in this point of view, the newspaper article saying that restoration work is going in Lepakshi temple. That is the article. But our focus should be given to one important point, that is Veerabhadra Swami temple. That's it. Now, what is Veerabhadra Swami temple speciality? Then, first of all, who is Veerabhadra? Now, Veerabhadra is one of the Ghana. One of the Ghana are considered to be son of Lord Paramashiva, Lord Ishwar. So, Lord Ishwar, when he felt bad after the Sati Devi, who started to blaze herself, then he asked this Veerabhadra to destroy the Daksha Yajna, which is predominantly mentioned in Shiva Purana. Okay, I'm not going to reach that Shiva Purana, some other Purana. But my focus here is what exactly the issue of Veerabhadra is. Veerabhadra, the son of the Shiva, was prominently mentioned in Shiva Purana. And in the Shiva Purana, there was a story talks about Veerabhadra Swami temple. And it was believed that it is constructed by Saint Agastya. Saint Agastya. But interestingly, in the modern period, Veerabhadra Swami temple was constructed by Vijayanagara Empire. So we should not remember. Okay, we may not remember the fact of Saint Agastya, Sivapurana, who is Veerabhadra, but we should remember, for UPSC point of view, the Vijayanagara Empire. So Vijayanagara kings helped the construction of this temple. Now, these Vijayanagara kings who helped the construction of this temple are quite important. Now, there can be a question that who is the king helped the construction of this temple, and he is Achyuta Devaraya. Achyuta Devaraya. So he is the king. Under his rule, two important brothers, Veeranna and Virupanna, constructed this temple. So these two people helped the construction of the temple, Veeranna and Virupanna. Under the rule of Achyuta Devaraya, they constructed this beautiful temple, that is Veerabhadra temple. Okay. And today, Veerabhadra temple is located at the Lepakshi complex. Lepakshi complex. So Lepakshi complex consists three important temples: temple of Lord Shiva, temple of Lord Vishnu, and temple of Veerabhadra. Okay, so this is very, very famous temple complex in southern India, located in Hampi. Hampi is in Karnataka. So the most important facts for our UPSC prelims point of view are: where is Veerabhadra Swami temple located? It is located in Lepakshi complex in Karnataka region. Which of the following kings established or constructed this Veerabhadra temple? It is Vijayanagara kings. Who is the particular king? Achyuta Devaraya. Who are the particular people constructed this? Veeranna and Virupanna. And what are the three other different temples located in the complex? It is Shiva and Vishnu. Right. So the most beautiful element of the temple is the presence of Kurma Silalam. Kurmasilum is a tortoise-shaped hill. What to call tortoise in Bengali? क्या बोलेगा Bengali में? Tortoise?
Sir, Kotchop.
Huh?
Sir, Kotchop.
Kocho.
Kotchop. P is there in the end.
Kochop.
Yes, sir.
Kochop.
Yes, sir. It's Kotchop.
How to say Kochop is beautiful? Kochop is beautiful.
Kotchop খুব সুন্দর।
ये क्या है? Kochop खूबसूरत. Not खूबसूरत. Something he said.
কচ্ছপ খুব সুন্দর।
Kochop खूब सुंदर.
Yes, sir.
Okay then. So anyway, it is not the Kochop. It is that Kochop shaped hill. Okay. So Kurmasilum is the top of the temple is there. Not very much important fact, but still you can have an idea. So now coming to the point here, the most important thing is Veerabhadra Swami temple and brothers Veeranna and Virupanna, and constructed by Vijayanagara kings, and particularly Achyuta Devaraya and Korma, Salem, Hill. This is clear. Now, further, what is important is this temple. This temple even recognized as temple is recognized as UNESCO tentative list, not a complete list. It is in the verification, or you can say it is in the reserve list. It is not completely as a World Heritage Site, but still it is a tentative list. आगे समय जो on my one एक महीने बाद, 2 महीने बाद, यानी 3 साल के बाद, यानी 4 साल के बाद, एक साल के बाद, definitely it will be the part of UNESCO, but still it is the UNESCO tentative list part. So the primary details with respect to the Veerabhadra Swami temples was completed. Okay, was completed, and we got a clarity now. But there are 3 elements. One you can focus here. Number one, as I told you, 3 elements. As I told you, the first one is I told you that includes the Vijayanagar Empire and everything. But you should also remember that it also mentioned, the article also mentions about this mural paintings. So what are these mural paintings? How many of you have any idea? Mural paintings?
So like cave, like cave paintings.
I'm not saying you are wrong, but still I can tell you. Try to understand here. So, do you see this image? A classical example of mural paintings. So this image tells you very interesting fact. The things when you have these paintings, you will find that people mix the colors, and after mixing the colors, they will try to draw the pictures directly on the wall. Okay, on the wall, they started to directly on the wall or ceiling. They will try to uh, draw the pictures. You see here, the man is trying to give the fresh coating to the mural paintings. This is the classical example. Then you can ask me how they started to draw. I don't know. Even no one knows it. But UPSC in civil service examination prelims paper, there was a question with respect to mural paintings. Okay, I'm not sure exact year, but it is around 2010 or 11, I guess. The question goes like this, mark. In which of the following temples you will find mural paintings? So, for that, I request you just get the basic idea here. Okay, so as I told you, so mural paintings are the paintings which are drawn on ceiling or drawn or ceiling or walls. Next, so these paintings are not new to India. From 2nd century to it was there in India. In fact, Ajanta caves had these mural paintings. Bhag caves got these paintings. Sitta Navasal, which are very famous. Jain caves in Tamil Nadu also had this. Then you have Arma Malai. I'm not scolding anyone, please. Arma Malai caves do have mural paintings. It is located in which state? Anyone? Ravan Chaya and famous Ellora temple also consists of mural paintings. So all these mural paintings are important for all of us. The most famous mural painting in Ajanta is Padmapani, the future Buddha. So Padmapani, the future Buddha. Is it clear? So these are the mural painting regions in
सर
India.
आपका माइक्रोफोन ऑफ है.
मेरा माइक्रोफोन हाँ
No, sir, you are audible, sir.
then it's
नहीं सर
okay.
ठीक
Yes,
है.
sir.
Okay. Okay, so this is mural paintings and the issues are very clear. So क्या mural paintings आप आपने देखा साउथ इंडियन फिल्म था फिल्म नाम पर मगधीरा. I don't know whether it is dubbed in Bengali or not. I came to it was
Yeah, sir. Magadhira, it's adapted in Bengali.
what is that name?
Mm, It means copy, sir. Total copy.
What is that
Yes, sir.
movie
Copy.
in Bengal?
Sir, it's Jodha probably. Eh, Jodha, na re? Kaustubh?
Jodha,
Ajodha.
Jodha, Jodha.
Hey, you are talking yourself. Talk to me once, okay?
No, sir, I
Yodha, sir.
was
Yodha.
just. Yes, sir.
You are
Bengali,
asking
Bengali.
whether you are asking the name, I guess.
Yes,
Okay,
sir. Yes, sir. I was just getting the. Surely the name was right or not.
you are asking him whether you are correct or not. Okay, so
Yes, sir.
the movie is Yodha the Warrior. Okay, okay,
Yes, sir.
but very interesting movie. In the climax, what she will do, she will try to draw an image of the Rudra, the character. Okay, and the Prince Durga I'm telling the story of Bengali. Okay, in that movie, the Prince Durga will try to draw the image of Rudra with colors. How many of you watched that movie? Whether you don't know, whether you are familiar with that movie or no, I'm not sure. How many of you are aware about it?
Sir, I just know the name.
Uh,
I didn't see it.
No one see it.
s- sir,
हाँ सर देखा है.
अब तो देखा ना कौस्तव. अयान अयान.
sir,
हाँ सर.
अब तो देखा ना. So एक बीजीएम भी आता है हमारा तेलुगु में बहुत फेमस बीजीएम था वो. Like like that it will go. So at that time everyone will started tears in Andhra. They started to cry. Even me also cried at that time when I'm a kid. That movie when I came, no. So I used to feel that movie. But it was remade in Bengali. How you feel that movie?
sir, I didn't watch the movie full. बट
Ayyo.
सर मैंने मतलब हिस्ट्री की किताब में ये पढ़ा था कि जो अजंता केव के जो पेंटिंग्स होते थे मतलब वो अ, लापिस लाजुली और ऐसे ऐसे मतलब जो स्टोन्स है उसको क्रश करके उससे कलर निकल के उससे पेंटिंग किया जाता था
जी
तो
जी.
इसलिए आज भी इसलिए आज भी मतलब वो उतना ही चमकदार है मतलब रंग
Mm-hmm.
जो है
Mm-hmm. That's true. That's true. Right. So that is the story of mural paintings. So mural paintings are simple, very simple process. Just add some colors and throw it on the sheet, and you can easily cover them. So you will get the image, proper image. And please try my image so that you will remember for longer time. Don't try any other image. Okay, whenever you want to draw image, try my image, and then you can clarify. Definitely, you will never get the image because you will never. Well, if you saw me very clearly. Anyway, that is the story of this article. So I request you, please do remember the facts which I discussed with you, because these facts are going to ask in exam in a different manner. So I request you get awareness about the madam, that is the issue of mural paintings also. Then only you will get the clarity. Now the next article we are going to understand is appointment of Shiva Chauhan. How many of you are aware about this? Shiva Chauhan, Captain Shiva Chauhan. Hope you are able to see my screen.
Yes, sir.
Okay, she is Captain Shiva Chauhan. One must read about her. One must know about basics about her. Not about her. Not about her any background or any level of education. The main focus here to be her confidence. Her father died at very early age, but still she started to focus about her dream. She started to focus about her goal. Fortunately, she got support of her mother, and she completed her graduation. And later, she became the part of engineers division of the Indian Army, and now she properly, I mean, she was appointed in the Siachen Glacier for the first time in the world. I mean, for the first time in the Indian history. So she is the first woman commander, or you can say first woman army personnel appointed at the Kumar post. The post name is Kumar. There is a history for this name also. I will tell you that. So appointed Kumar post at Siachen Glacier. Okay. So this is the article which was in news. So we will try to understand that aspect now. Okay. So as we discuss this, so she is the lady. So you can see the images there. She is the lady, and Siachen Kumar post first woman army officer. Her name is Captain Shiva Chauhan. I'm not sure questions can be asked about this particular aspect. Like, UPSC has a trend of asking things from different aspects, different dimensions. So I request you, if you have atlas at your home, or if you have atlas with you in your career or in your mobile phone, there are 3 lines here. If you see physical geography of India, try to understand these 3 line names. One is Karakoram, one is Jaskar, one is Greater Himalaya. So please find out their names. There you will find Siachen somewhere here. Okay. So find Siachen location first of all. That is the first aspect you have to cover in this article. The second important aspect is 1984 Operation Meghdoot. Operation Meghdoot. Operation Meghdoot is also something associated with Siachen. You have to focus again. And third most important aspect is the present current affair issue, that is Captain Shiva Chauhan. Captain Shiva Chauhan. That's it. In very simple manner, we finish the article. So let me put forward one by one so that we'll get a clarity. Now, what is this Operation Meghdoot? मैंने बताया आपको करंट अफेयर्स चीज है कि कैप्टन शिवा चौहान ने पहली बार इंडिया में सियाचिन ग्लेशियर पर अपॉइंट किया. I mean, लेडी ऑफिसर अपॉइंटेड एट द सियाचिन ग्लेशियर फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम एवर. इसके बाद मैंने बोल रहा हूँ सियाचिन का जो जियोग्राफी क्या है, जियोग्राफी का आवश्यक क्या है और क्या चीज आप एग्जाम में फोकस करना, मैंने बताया आपको. दूसरी बात है कि सेकंड थिंग आई एम डिस्कसिंग हियर इज ऑपरेशन मेघदूत के बारे में आपके साथ मैं डिस्कस कर रहा हूं. सो क्या है ऑपरेशन मेघदूत? लेकिन ये आप देख लेना इधर, डिप्लॉयड एट कुमार पोस्ट. ये नाम हमको इंपॉर्टेंट था. मैंने बोला आपको कुमार पोस्ट पर ये नाम भी हमको इंपॉर्टेंट है एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ में. सो क्या है कुमार पोस्ट, क्या ये चीज और कैसा ये कुमार पोस्ट मेघदूत ऑपरेशन के साथ था, हम वो भी डिस्कस करेंगे. जस्ट अ सेकंड. Okay. Now, coming to the point here, in 1984, there is a non person called as Narendra Bull Kumar. Narendra Bull Kumar एक लेफ्टिनेंट कर्नल था और इसके बाद ये भी माउंटेनियर था. माउंटेनियर का मतलब है कि जो ट्रेकिंग कर रहा है. ये नरेंद्र बुल कुमार ने आइडेंटिफाई किया कुछ ही पाकिस्तानी इंट्रूडर्स, they are doing something wrong in the Siachen glaciers. He intimated the issue to the concerned army officers. मैं बोल रहा हूं आपके साथ, कैप्टन कर्नल नरेंद्र कुमार जो आदमी था, वो आदमी उधर पेट्रोलिंग कर रहा है, गश्ती कर रहा है. इसके समय क्या हुआ, वो आपका पाकिस्तानी जो आतंकवादी था, ये लोग उधर काम कर रहा है सियाचिन ग्लेशियर पर. सो उधर काम कर रहा है तो ये क्या किया, वो इन्फॉर्म किया आर्मी, आसपास आर्मी वालों को इन्फॉर्मेशन दिया. जो पाकिस्तानी आर्मी पर्सनल यानी आतंकवादी ने इधर कुछ इन्फॉर्मेशन कलेक्ट कर रहा है सियाचिन के बारे में. और he alerted the जो Indian army. Immediately what happened, Indian army alerted and Indian army executed the plan of Operation Meghdoot, and it protected. It protected this famous Siachen glacier. And that is the most important element you have to understand. So when Siachen glacier was protected, Indian Army, Indian Army recognized the services of the Bull Narendra Kumar, and he died in 2017. After his death, an army patrolling point was named in the name of Kumar Post. Now you can understand who is Kumar. So Narendra Bull Kumar is a person who played a very important role by giving information to the Indian Army. So कुमार पोस्ट का मतलब है कि नरेंद्र बुल कुमार नाम के बाद एक आदमी था, वो लेफ्टिनेंट कर्नल था. वो क्या किया, वो ऑपरेशन मेघदूत के समय वो उनका इंफॉर्मेशन काफी बड़ा काम किया इंडियन आर्मी फोर्सेस के साथ. सो इसलिए एक पोस्ट को कुमार जी का नाम इंडियन आर्मी ने दिया है. So this is the background story of it. So why she was appointed in the Kumar post is not a story for us, but why it is Kumar post is a matter for us to understand. So Narendra Bull Kumar, Meghdut operation is important. You should remember these three important facts. Is this clear? So who is Captain Shiva Chauhan? She's as of now, she's a power of confidence. Let me add one more information to you, which is again talking about India's greatness here. So try to understand here. This is the India's greatness. All women team from India to keep peace at South Sudan border. Okay. So this is the Indian story for women. So apart from Captain Shiva Chauhan, there is one more story for us. That is India sent its first all India, not first, in fact, second time, because all women forces to South Sudan. Let me put forward what is this complete article. Before that, let me go back to this article. Is it clear, everyone? Captain Shiva Chauhan, what is Kumar Post? What is Operation Meghdut? Operation Meghdut to protect and to defend the Siachen Glacier. Year is important in chronological order, and also ambition is also important. I hope you will remember for a longer time.
Sir, this was the part of United Nation, I think.
Not what is Operation Meghdut? No, this is part of Operation United Nation. I think it's Abul. Is it your voice, Abul?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Abul, I'm considering that what you said is correct. That is, you told me about this.
My father is also working in Indian Army, and he is also the part of United Nation. That's why I know.
Oh, great, Abul. So let me give you a clarification here so that we will get a clarity. So now, in 1945, on October 24th, in 1945, October 24th, United Nations organization was established. And this is very interesting. It was established from the conference of San Francisco. Okay. So October 24th, after San Francisco agreement, United Nations organization was established. The word UN was given by Roosevelt, then USA president. Now, one of the agenda of the United Nations is to protect the peace, to protect human rights, and to promote cooperation among the countries or the states.
Sir, they are also called peacekeeping force.
Okay. So to protect this peace, they want to create a force, and that is United Nations Peacekeeping Force. Right? So they are sometimes called as Blue Berets. Of course, some newspapers will call them Blue Helmets. Okay, so blue bellars or blue hermits is important. But before going to explain the next important aspect, could you remember principal organs of UN, or shall I explain it now? Please feel free so that only I can help you. If you are hiding that, if you feel that yes, we know everything, definitely I will move ahead. If you don't know that, I will explain it. Feel free to ask me. Okay, don't hide your information. Follow myself. How many of you are aware about principal organs of United Nations Organization?
Sir, ILO, IMF, WHO, uh,
Okay, रुक जाओ कौस्तव. Yes,
General
Shekhar.
Assembly.
Sir, those
Because
5 organs you were talking about, like those parts of it, like Security Council, then General
बोलो बोलो.
Assembly.
Yeah, just a second, just a second. हाँ बोलो भाई साहब. United
Sir,
Nations
those
General Assembly. Next.
United Nations Security Council.
Okay, next.
Some more three.
Okay, thank you so much.
Couldn't exactly.
These two are correct. I agree with you. Next. कौस्तव आपने बोला ILO WHO ये चीज नहीं आता है, छोड़ दो इन सबको. Next. अबुल कलाम. बोलो.
Secretariat ऐसा कुछ था.
हाँ शेखर भाई एक और बोला.
Secretariat or something.
सेक्रेटेरिएट भी आता है. हाँ, इसके बाद बोलना. Let us take one more. Some of our friends are there. Is Nargis there in the class? Nargis, Saraswati ji. I think they are there.
Yes, sir.
So bolo Nargis. How are you, Nargis?
I'm fine, sir. How are you?
I'm fine. Am I pronouncing correctly?
Yes, sir.
Then it's okay. So bolo. Okay.
Council.
वो तो खत्म हुआ भाई साहब. Okay, United Nations General Assembly, United Nations Security Council, Secretariat. These three are there. Apart from that, you have United Nations Economic and Social Council, and you have International Court of Justice, and last but not least, you have Trusteeship Council. Trusteeship Council, but is right now not working. United Nations General Assembly consists of 193 countries. Security Council consists of 5 permanent countries plus 10 non-permanent countries. Secretariat consists of Secretary General, right now Antonio Guterres. Economic and Social Councils consists of 53 countries. ICJ consists of all the 193 countries, but it will have 15 judges. There is Indian judge right now. I will tell you the context, current issue also. Trusteeship Council, I'm not going to explain it because it is no more. United Nations General Assembly consists of 163 countries. The last country added to is South Sudan. This is the country which is in news because of its location. Please find out its location in your atlas. If you get relaxation to find out this location, you are the most unfortunate person, because from last 3 years it was continuously in the news because of its internal crisis. So please do focus about this article, this country, in a better manner. 2. Next, United Nations Security Council. India is in the list, and India is also part of this. And you should remember. Yeah.
It's a Boko Haram group from Sudan.
I will discuss it. Okay.
Oh,
So-
so just I'm asking, sir.
Just give me a time. Okay, I will explain you. Please give me a time.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay. So United Nations General Assembly is 193 countries, and it is 193 countries. The last country is South Sudan. Is it clear with the United Nations General Assembly?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then International Security Council. India became the president of United Nations Security Council in the month of December for 1 month. So December 2022, India is the president of UNSC. It doesn't mean that it will get all the chances. No, it is just a president. That's it. Now, Secretariat consists of Secretary General. Right now, the Secretary General is Antonio Guterres, a Portuguese man. Economic and Social Council. This includes many organizations within it, but for us, it is important is the headline of the institute. The main name is Economic and Social Council, and ICJ. The Indian judge name is Dalbir Bhandari. Dalbir Bhandari, who is in the news because of Russia-Ukraine crisis. ये आदमी ने क्या बोला? ये आदमी ने बोला Russia is doing wrong. Russia is violating human rights. Russia is violating peace. Like that he spoke. Indian government within hours they said we don't have any association with this man. He said his individual opinion, not India's opinion. So this is how India tried to manage the relations. But anyway, who is correct or who is wrong is not a matter for us, but try to understand. So this United Nations Security Council will give directions to the United Nations Peacekeeping Force to protect the human rights or peace. So every country will try to send their forces, but in an interesting manner, India sent its all-women team for the first time ever around in 2007 to Liberia. Apart from that, again in 2023, this year, India accepted to send all women forces to South Sudan, not Sudan. It is South Sudan. So this is the women team ready to the force. Okay. So they will attack like anything. Now this is the thing you have to understand. All right. So the name of it is not first time you should remember, my dears. UPSC, what will do you know? Consider the following statements. For the first time ever, India sent all women to the South Sudan under its United Nations Peacekeeping Force. No, it is not first time. Under International Peacekeeping Force, we already sent all women team to which country? Bolo bhai sahab.
Liberia, sir.
Exactly correct. Liberia should be remembered for confusion statements. So Liberia is the first country India sent its. So who has the authority to order deployment of United Nations Peacekeeping Force? So किसका अथॉरिटी था यूनाइटेड नेशन पीसकीपिंग फोर्स को डायरेक्शन चेंज करने के लिए और डिप्लॉय करने के लिए? यूनाइटेड नेशन सिक्योरिटी काउंसिल को था, नॉट UNGA, not secretariat, not ICJ. It is the UNSC has the ultimate power to deploy the United Nations Peacekeeping Force. I hope it is also very clear to you. Remember the greatness of India. India believes on this famous quotation, Etra naryesh pujyante tatra ramate devataha. Where the girls and women are respected, there the deities will dance and they will feel very happy. Apart from that, India is the one and only country throughout the globe which named all the rivers with the women names, except Brahmaputra, everything will be the girls' names. Try to understand. India named its food as Annapurna. India named its income and economy as Lakshmi. India named its education in the name of Saraswati. So even today also, if you go to villages of India, every village will have one deity. I don't know much about North, but in South, every village will have one deity, one goddess. You know, Ellamma, Poleramma, Nokalamma, Pedinlamma, Talupalamma, okay, Nokalamma, Chenapoleramma, Pochamma, like that it will be there. Okay, for you it is Kalika Mata. That is the power of India. When neighboring Sri Lanka is unable to protect their children because of economic crisis. India sent its all women to under the peacekeeping force. When neighboring Afghanistan banning women education, India deployed Captain Shiva Chauhan at the Siachen Glacier, which is considered to be world largest battlefield, highest battlefield. When Myanmar is restricting women freedom, Aung San Suu Kyi was house arrested, but India is sending its troops. So we can proudly say Mera Bharat Mahan. Because yes, you say that Indian women are restricted for subject for many violence. Yes, it is true. I will say that. I will accept it. But still, India is changing. And change is at progress. A level definitely India change more. Okay. Thanks to my country. Sorry, thanks to our country. Let us hope more good things will happen. Whatever points I discussed with you, मैंने बोला आपको कोटेशन एत्र नार्येषु पूज्यन्ते तत्र रमते देवतः एत्र नार्येषु पूज्यन्ते तत्र रमते देवतः. A quotation given by Indian Vedas. This quotation will be useful in essay writing. Apart from that, there is one beautiful quotation given by B.R. Ambedkar. B.R. Ambedkar said, and I quote, I measure the progress of the community by measuring the progress of the women in that community. I measure the progress of the community by measuring the progress of women in that community. So that is very important quotation we should remember. Is it clear? What's up? I guess you are feeling bored.
No, sir, not at all.
Then it's okay. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Essay points are very clear.
Yes, sir.
Particularly when you are writing essay regarding women empowerment, women education, or India greatness, you should quote. You know, there is one student who studied from JNU and he went to interview. They asked about, do you think India is progressing? He started to say, no, India will never progress. I guess India will never progress in its lifetime. India will never become a great power. India is a country which is a ground for religious conflicts. India is a country which is ground for caste. India is a country which is ground for gender discrimination. So India will never improve. They said, all the best, better come next year. Okay, I mean to say, they haven't selected him. Because, okay, you are having an ideology. You don't like India. You hate India. Let us say you hate BJP. You hate Narendra Modi, sir. You hate Nitin Gadkari. Let us say it is okay. You should respect your feelings. I'm not criticizing it. But if you truly want to become a bureaucrat, if you truly want to get into the service, and if you truly want to service the nation, you cannot criticize the nation. You criticize them. Criticize them. Criticize them. Tease them. Harass them in Facebook. Okay. But don't criticize in interview panel. Don't criticize your country. Okay. Because yes, country is progressing. Whether you are accepting or not, once upon a time, the road establishment in India per day is 14 kilometers per day. Today is around 32 to 27 kilometers. National highways are deploying, established every day. So progress is going. Whether it is slowly or gradually, it is going. Now you have to say support for some extent. To some extent, you have support. Anyway, so this is the content I want to provide to you. Next article, before going to discuss next article, and I just want to have 1 minute break. Okay, just give me 1 minute break. I'll get back to you soon. Meanwhile, one can prepare to sing a song in Telugu. So who prepared with the Telugu song? Ayan, are you ready?
Me,
सर
sir, me,
मुझे
sir.
नहीं पता तेलुगु.
Okay, just a second. Ayan को नहीं पता. तो कौन कौस्तव?
हाँ, sir.
Telugu song.
Sir, I can sing a Tamil song.
That's interesting. Okay, my dear bhai और बहनों, हमारे साथ कौस्तव होता. Okay, just a second. Yes, my dear कौस्तव.
Yes, sir.
शुरू कर दो. क्या
Sir,
हुआ?
I heard a song of actor Karti.
Karti.
Yes, sir, Karti.
Hmm.
Yan Kadil Sulla. That
Okay.
song, sir.
हाँ.
तो ऐसा ही कुछ था. यन कादिल सोल्ला नेर मिल्ले
Wow.
उन कादिल सोल्ला येर मिल्ले उम्पे उम्पागम येद मिल्ले यंड पूरे नड पिड़िया डली उन्नड़ माले. ऐसा ही कुछ था. भूल गया.
Ah, that's very nice song, man. You sang very well also, in fact. Except few lines. Let me finish for you. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
என்
Sure.
காதல் சொல்ல நேரமில்லை, உன் காதல் சொல்ல தேவையில்லை, நம் காதல் சொல்ல வார்த்தை இல்லை, உண்மை மறத்தாலும் மறையாதடே. Okay, that is
Yes,
the
sir.
line.
Yes.
Okay. Fine, that's great. That was in a beautiful song from the movie Avara in Telugu.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Nice. So someone can learn one more song. But sure, I'm going to sing a song in Bengali next time. By next week. Just remind me, okay?
Definitely, sir.
You are looking for it, Joy?
No, sir. You will be singing very nice, I'm sure.
Okay. Tell me one beautiful song in Bengali so that I can sing. Don't tell me that songs like
No, sir. No, sir. Duet, sir. You and Joy.
Joy won't sing. Tell me one Bengali song. Tell me one Bengali beautiful song so that I can practice and come next week. No one is interested. Ayan?
Sir,
Ayan, are you there?
हाँ सर.
Ayan, says to be a good Bengali song, man. Don't say to be Janagana Mana, okay? Says to be one beautiful song.
चुना पड़ेगा सर.
Yeah, okay. Are you
Sir,
scolding?
sir, try any Rabindra Sangeet.
Sandeep is going to say something.
sir,
Yes, sir.
pura. Yes,
Sir,
sir.
try any
I
Rabindra
was
Sangeet.
also going to say.
Sir, try any Rabindra Sangeet.
Hey, tell me slowly. Yeah. Come on.
সাজেস্ট আ সং রবীন্দ্রসঙ্গীত বললে হবে নাকি স্যার পুরানো সেই দিনের কথা
Hey, why are you scolding me? What did you draw?
নো স্যার নট স্কোল্ডিং ইউ
Sir,
স্যার
scolding me,
পুরানো
sir,
সেই
scolding me.
দিনের কথা
Scolding you, Sandeep?
Yes, sir.
How dare you, Joey? Don't scold Sandeep, okay?
No, sir. It's
নো
okay,
স্যার
sir.
নট
Fine.
স্কোল্ডিং এনিওয়ান
Sir, it's fine, sir. Okay.
Okay, what is the song? Purano?
পুরানো সেই দিনের কথা
Purane say thine kotha.
ইয়েস স্যার ইটস আ রবীন্দ্র সঙ্গীত
Okay, then. I got the song and I definitely try it next week, okay?
ওকে স্যার
I will rock it like anything. You will popularize me in
Sir,
West
you write
Bengal.
it down. Sir, you write it down. Otherwise, you will forget.
No, I just stored my personal collection itself. Now itself, I just shared it. Such a beautiful singer.
Wow.
Just a second. Okay then. We will do that definitely next week. Okay. Right. So
Okay, sir.
let us get back to the discussion again. So till now we discussed about the first Indian, all Indian women contingent to the South Sudan. We also discussed about the issue regarding Captain Shiva Chauhan. We also discussed about Veerbhadra temple, and even we discussed the issue regarding Lepakshi temple associated with that Vijayanagara Empire. Then we also finished the topic of Murnal paintings also. So till now, as I told you, we had discussed about all these things. But now I'm going to explain you one of the recent controversial issue which was raised by our honorable Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar, and he mentioned that the parliamentary sovereignty is under threat because of judiciary. Now, this is very serious statement. Very serious statement from the constitution point of view. And I hope and I believe that you people had a basic understanding about constitution. उसका भरोसा है कि आप लोगों को साथ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के बारे में भारत का आई मीन इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के बारे में बेसिक इंफॉर्मेशन था. But for the next 20 minutes, you are going to see a beautiful debate about the Indian constitution beyond the polity discussion. I hope so. I will fulfill my words with you. So let me begin with what happened in constitution debates. In Constitution Assembly, which started on December 9th, 1946, which went around 2 years, 11 months, 18 days, in around 3 years time. Okay, so during these constitution debates, hardly, in fact, there were very less disruptions to the Constitutional Assembly, because around 299 members in the Constitutional Assembly at that time, because 18 members left from the assembly because of Muslim League, separation of Pakistan and everything. They don't have any affiliations to their regions. Of course, they do have some regional affiliations, but still, the regional courts are not there. The communal courts are not there. Caste-based courts are not there. Gender-based courts are not there. Language-based courts are not there. The only court is for a nation. And for these things, they sat for a quite lengthy time and they discussed about the issues and like anything, and finally they got the issue of constitution. Now, while ending the Constitution Assembly debates, B.R. Ambedkar said, and I quote, B.R. Ambedkar said, and I quote, however good the Constitution may be, however the good Constitution may be, it is sure it turns bad. It is sure it turns bad if it is implemented under the bad people. So, however the good the Constitution may be, but it is going to be bad if the people who are executing it are bad. Vice versa, he also stated, however the bad the Constitution may be, it can be the good if the implementing people are good. So he predominantly laid down the main focus to determine the success of the Constitution is its implementation. It is on the people and parties. Now, these discussion should be the background for all of us. Now, as I told you, the good constitution can be changed into bad constitution because of the implementations people are bad. Then the bad constitution can be the good constitution if the implementation people are good. कितनी बुरा है constitution में भी, but it can be good if the people who are implementing it are good. Who are the people here? The people are the parties, and the people are the part of the parliament. This is the B.R. Ambedkar point of view. So, in other words, parliament will play an important role in fulfilling the constitutional goals and objectives. Now, you can ask me the question. Of course, at that time, members like K.T. Shah asked the question to B.R. Ambedkar, why parliament? And B.R. Ambedkar convincingly said that, of course, even B.N. Rao, Benegal Narasimha Rao, the mastermind of the Indian constitution, in fact, he is the person who drafted the constitution also. B.N. Rao also said that we need parliament because B.N. Rao or B.R. Ambedkar point is very clear. We have somewhat adopted to this structure. And apart from that, apart from adopting the Indian constitution, it is also important point that the people whoever in India, the constitution makers said that we adopted to this constitution, it is okay. We adopted due to British rule. तो जो ब्रिटिश राज था, ब्रिटिश राज्य में क्या होता है, वो उनका सुपीरियर पावर में है कि पार्लियामेंट था. सो उनका सुपीरियर पावर पार्लियामेंट था और हमको भी ये पार्लियामेंट का रूल्स पास करना, लेजिस्लेशन करना, वो कानून को प्रेसिडेंट के साथ यानी गवर्नर जनरल के साथ यानी वाइसराय के साथ वो असेंट करना, ये सब कुछ हमको फेमिलियर था, इसलिए हम ये चीज हमको हम फिक्स करेंगे, अडॉप्ट करेंगे. सो इट इज वन पॉइंट दैट वी आर समवॉट know this. Second important reason is B.R. Ambedkar said this quotation, and B.R. Ambedkar said this, and I quote: if you ask me to choose the government which is stable and unaccountable, which is unstable but accountable, B.R. Ambedkar said, I will choose accountable. So he believed that this accountability can be found in parliamentary democracy. So that's the reason he brought this parliamentary democracy. So finally, I would like to say to you, we choose a parliamentary democracy, and that is the thing. So one thing is clear, we adopted constitution, and two, we also adopted parliamentary democracy. मतलब है कि पार्लियामेंट जो चीज हमारे पास था, it is temple of democracy. So we have the parliamentary sovereignty. So in a country like India, if something want to execute it, if something want to implement it, if something want to introduce it, at the country level, you have parliamentary sovereignty, which we brought it from the British Constitution. UK Constitution. I hope you remember that UK Constitution is unwritten Constitution. That is, it is not written Constitution. Oral Constitution, which is based on some conventions.
Sir, can you repeat this point?
Sure, definitely. So Indian Constitution depends on the parliamentary democracy. Parliamentary democracy and parliamentary sovereignty is important. Parliamentary sovereignty means sovereignty is a superpower. Parliament is the ultimate power in India. In legislative point of view, Parliament is a legislative point of view, it is ultimate in India. And we borrowed this parliamentary sovereignty concept from the British Parliament within UK and British Parliament UK. And here, what is important for us, what is important for us is a British Parliament, which is which was established after the Glorious Revolution in 1688. After Glorious Revolution, we have much more powers to the Parliament, and this is Glorious Revolution, which is sometimes called as bloodless revolution, also quite important. Okay, so this is somewhat interesting and somewhat very, somewhat very, very interesting debate also. Now, India choose parliamentary democracy. So, parliamentary democracy मतलब है कि in India, Parliament is the supreme authority. Now, we got clarity over certain things: constitution, parliamentary democracy, parliamentary sovereignty. Now, let me put forward the interesting thing here. Now, parliamentary sovereignty is important that to frame rules, to protect the constitution, to achieve goals of constitution, and most importantly, to bring a democratic government in India. Okay, and this is also important from the B.R. Ambedkar point of view. He said that B.R. Ambedkar said, and I quote, it is the parliament which is responsible for the welfare state. It is parliament which is responsible for the welfare state, and which will work for the good of the people. So welfare state and good of the people. Okay, so this is most important definition point we can understand. Now, what is the main concerns of it? For example, you have parliament has the power to make laws. You have very famous important law in recent times, that is 100 amendment, land boundary agreement with Bangladesh. Of course, you have 101 amendment, GST, and of course 103rd amendment associated with the EWS reservation. Now, all these are important for the parliament. Parliament will give explanations, about the developments. Parliament gave explanation about demonetization issue. Parliament will have a committees, and these committees will suggest the policies. Okay, all these are important. But coming back to our issue, he says that court cannot dilute sovereignty. So, in an unfortunate trend, he is saying that Indian courts are diluting the parliamentary sovereignty. So that is most unfortunate thing you have to remember, and in fact, most unwelcome step in Indian democracy. So Jagdeep Dhankar sir, he believes that Indian judiciary is diluting parliamentary sovereignty. So that is what his concern is about. So why he said like this? What exactly happening in India? Now, time and again, there is a concept called as judicial overreach. Could anyone tell me about judicial overreach? Do you have any idea? If you don't have any idea, please say me that, sir, we don't have any idea, so that I will explain. If you have any idea, please explain me, I will listen. अरे वो गब्बर सिंह का फौजी हो, कितने आदमी था?
Judiciary in everywhere.
मैंने पूछा कितने आदमी था?
सर दो
आदमी सरदार, ये क्या है? दो, फिर से बोल, कितने आदमी था?
सर दो।
क्या है सर? 2 आदमी सरदार, बोल बोलो कितने आदमी था?
सरदार दो।
तो ये तो ठीक है, तो बोलो व्हाट इज जुडिशियल ओवररीच?
Sir, it is a kind of interference of judiciary.
Absolutely correct. But you cannot say it's interference. Let me tell you with an example here.
So maybe judiciary is crossing its limits to certain extent, which it should not in certain matters.
I agree with you. I will agree with you. I will tell you with an example here. Now, there is one movie called as Jolly LLB, which was acted by Akshay Kumar, if I'm not wrong. Jolly LLB 2, the movie, when it was released, Supreme Court asked Central Board for Film Certification for recertifying the movie. Okay, let us take one more issue. The issue which is associated with the Dahi Handi festival in Maharashtra. Of course, if you watch Triple R movie, in the song Dosti, you will find this Dahi Handi reference. The Supreme Court asked the limit of the height of the Dahi Handi. Okay, limit of the height. Now, if you take one more issue regarding Shivan versus State of Tamil Nadu case, and Supreme Court banned the sale of alcohol near the high courts or Supreme Courts. Near the highways, national highways or state highways. Now, why I'm telling all these things? You should understand that the standards of film certification are provided by the Cinematography Act, and timely it will be guided by the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. Height of the Dahi will be fixed by municipal corporations. Sales of the alcohol and everything will be controlled by Ministry of Road Transport. Of course, you will say, sir, this is judicial activism. Of course, I agree with you, but from other side of the coin, it is judicial overreach. So what is judicial overreach is about? In simple words, judicial overreach means that is violating the limits of the branches of the government. So violating any branch or any institutions in the governance, it can be judiciary, executive or legislature. If they violate their branches, if they violate their specific domain, it is going to create conflicts with each other. And that is the most important thing you have to understand. So if you violate judiciary, if judiciary violates its limit, it will start to fight with the executive and it will start to fight with the judiciary. That is legislature. If legislature crosses its limits, it will start fights with the executive and even judiciary. If executive, so like that, it will goes on. So here is the important point raised by Jagdeep Dhankar. It believes that the time and again, courts overreach is important and it is trying to impact the decisions. Now, apart from this courts overreach, we do have the issue regarding the particular aspect, that is issue regarding the parliamentary sovereignty. So he believes that parliamentary sovereignty is diluted by only courts. So courts are now interfering into the matters of the parliamentary sovereignty. That is the first thing. But he doesn't give focus to the other issues. He primarily focused about only NJAC. So, what is NJAC? National Judicial
appointment.
Through 99th Amendment, Indian government want to bring this. So it want to change the appointment procedure of Appointment procedure of Indian judges. Currently, as we discussed in our previous article, the previous discussion, Article 124, Clause 2 of Indian Constitution clearly directs Indian government, clearly directs the Indian president to appoint judges. Okay, this is what exactly goes in India right now. But this was challenged by the court. And finally, what happened was Indian courts clearly stated that the independent judiciary is part of basic structure. The independent judiciary is part of basic structure. Anything if it is violating, it is violation of Indian Constitution. So independent judiciary, the Supreme Court said that independent judiciary is part of basic structure. So what is independent judiciary here is, it includes, Supreme Court stated in Kumar Padma Prasad case, Kumar Padma Prasad case 1992. 2. In All India Judges Association case 2002. All India Judges Association case in 2002 also said that independent judiciary is the basic structure. On that note, in 2015, in NJAC versus Union of India case, Government of Union of India case, Supreme Court struck down this 19th Amendment and said it is violating the independent judiciary. So try to understand here, independent judiciary जो चीज है ये basic structure में involve हो सकता है, लेकिन ये चीज Constitution में नहीं था. Independent judiciary is basic structure. It is not within the part of Indian Constitution. It was evolved from the Keshavananda Bharati judgment. I don't know how many of you are completely aware about the judgment. If you are not aware about judgments, please let me know immediately, because I will explain you that.
Sir, can you repeat once again?
I'm asking that how many of you are aware about Keshavananda Bharati judgment? Are you aware about Keshavananda Bharati judgment?
Sir,
Sir,
this
yes,
judgment
but
has given the
I'm a
principle
bit
of basic structure.
confused.
Basic structure is correct, Sandeep. But what is basic structure?
Sir, it is something which cannot be amended from the Constitution.
Who gave that idea?
Sir, in Keshavananda Bharati case,
That's okay. Who gave that idea? There is the point. There is the point I want to confirm to you. Okay. So let me reconstruct the exact debate in the Keshavananda Bharati judgment case for a 3 minutes time. So in 1973, let me put forward like this. In 1973, we have Keshavananda Bharati judgment, but before that, there are different things happened here. Two particular events happened here. Number one is, it is Punjab Land Reforms Act, which was placed in the 9th schedule of Indian Constitution. And Punjab Land Reforms Act fixed the ceiling. इसका मतलब है कि limitations on the individual lands. And two important brothers, Henry Golaknath and William Golaknath both lost their land. Instead of going and asking the Supreme Court what is the issue regarding the case, they raised the question that whether Indian Parliament has the capacity to change the fundamental rights. Whether Indian Parliament has the capacity to change the fundamental rights or to change the Constitution of India in a broader sense. In the famous case called as Golaknath case. Okay. Hope you are following now. Please.
Yes.
I want more yes. Am I clear till now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Please focus here. It is going to be very interesting discussion for 2 minutes. Now, the Golaknath brothers asked the question that not about their land, lost land, not about they lost almost 400 acres at the time. Not about their land. They asked the question about whether the Parliament has the power to change the Constitution or the fundamental rights at a broader sense. Here, in this case, in Golaknath case, it was clearly stated that Supreme Court clearly examined all the statements and all the things and everything. And Supreme Court clearly mentioned that the power to change, so around 11 judges sat in this case, and these 11 judges, in a majority manner, 6-5, they clearly stated that Parliament doesn't have the power to change the fundamental rights. Try to understand. Parliament doesn't have the power to change the fundamental rights. If any change should happen, it changes only done by the Constitutional Assembly, which is not there, which is completely against to the India with the previous judgments. So, in a previous judgment called as Shankari Prasad case, in the early 1952, Justice Patanjali Shastri, who is the second CJ of India, he stated that Constitution amendments not comes under Article 13. So, constitutional amendments not comes under Article 13. Article 13, of course, you are very well aware about the Article 13. If not, I will tell you. Article 13, Clause 2 says that if any law violates the fundamental rights, it can be declared as null and void. But Shankari Prasad case, Justice Patanjali Shastri, who is the second CJ of India, he said that constitutional amendment doesn't come under Article 13, Clause 2. So Golaknath case is completely changing the interpretation of the Constitution from the Shankari Prasad case. So, in Golaknath case, 11 judges benches of Supreme Court clearly stated that Parliament doesn't have a power to change the fundamental rights. In an interesting debate here, 25th Amendment was passed by Indira Gandhi ji. 25th Amendment was passed by Indira Gandhi ji. I hope you are very clear till now. For the first time, Shankari Prasad case said that constitutional amendment doesn't come under Article 13, Clause 2, so there is no judicial scrutiny. But Golaknath case completely changed the situation, and Golaknath case says that Parliament doesn't have the power to change the fundamental rights. But here, interesting, Article 25 came here. And Article 25 inserted Article 31C, which is very much controversial at that time. So what Article 31C did to Indian Constitution? What Article 31C did in the Indian Constitution is very important for us to understand Keshavananda Bharati judgment. So before going to understand Keshavananda Bharati judgment, let me put forward what happened in Article 20, Amendment 25. So Amendment 25, which inserted Article 31C to the Indian Constitution. Okay. Now, what is Article 31C is talking about? Talking about two important aspects. One is a fair compensation, chalega kam. Second one is, it says that for the implementation of 39B and 39C, Parliament can violate certain fundamental rights, particularly Article 19, Article 14, and of course Article 14, Article 19. But try to understand here in a different manner. As I told you again, 31C clearly stated that fundamental rights can be violated to implement the DPSPs, which was not at all the vision of the Constitution. So 31C under Article 25 clearly stated that you can implement 39B and C even though it is affecting the fundamental rights. So this is what the Indira Gandhi want to do at that time. But is it possible? Is it possible? Sure. Is it possible? Will you do that? Can we do that? And that is the situation where the question comes. At that time, there is a mutt in Kerala, and this mutt belongs to Sirur sect of the Hindu religion, and there is a saint called as Keshavananda, and his ashram area also taken by government forcibly. Now he just filed a review petition about Article 25. Can the Parliament do that? And this time it is around 13 judges sat in one go in the name of Keshavananda Bharati versus Union of India. Now, with Keshavananda Bharati, there was a famous lawyer who is Nani Palkewala. When I'm teaching polity, I will say that this person is considered to be, in my point of view, is the second B.R. Ambedkar. If we don't have Nani Palkewala, we don't have the concept of basic structure at that time. So he is the person who brought the basic structure component to the Indian judiciary. So, but the question is how he came to know that. He brought this from the Dieter Kornott, who is a German scholar. So, a German scholar to protect the Weimar Constitution in Germany, which was affected by Hitler, he put forward the idea of the basic structure at that time in Germany. So the Dieter Kornott is the original maker of the basic structure. Now, for Indian Constitution, it was put forward by Nani Palkewala. So how he convinced the judges? That is the point you have to understand. Because the word basic structure is simply given in Lakshmikant's book, but basic structure the word is very important. Now, I want to recreate exactly what happened in Keshavananda Bharati arguments. Arguments started and it went on for a few weeks. Now, coming to the point, the turn comes for the Nani Palkewala. He stood up with a confident voice and he said, "My dear Lordship or the judges, let me put forward some interesting questions to you. If we allow," I hope you listen first, don't write anything, because now please just focus here, then only you can understand. If we allow Parliament to amend the Constitution, let us say the ruling party and opposition party joined together and they changed the election procedures, which is right now as per Article 83 for 5 years, 85 for 5 years. Now let us say it is changed to 10 years. Can we stop them? Because it is possible to change this provision by 2/3 majority. Parliament with 2/3 majority, let us say if they changed the election procedure in a simple manner, in a convenient manner, can we stop it? Let us imagine that opposition parties and ruling parties join together and they believe that Indian judiciary is disrupting the procedure of the proceedings of the parliament, and if they decided to abolish all Indian courts, can we stop them? Because they need only 2/3 majority for that case. My dear Lordship, Nani Palkewala, with the interesting question he came said, my respected Lordship, if ruling party and opposition party tried to eliminate the federal structure in India and the unified India, can we stop it? And my dear Lordship, and last, my final question is, if the parliament has a power to amend the constitution, if that power, if the parliament decided to change India's parliamentary system to president system, what we will do? And these questions really changed the Indian judges' point of view. Yes, it is true. If they did it, what we will do? And then he said, so we need to protect the basic, the core principle, the important principles, the main principles, the root principles of Indian constitution, and those are basic structure. And this basic structure should not be altered by any law of the land. किसी कानून से, किसी कानून के वजह से जो बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर का बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर था, ये चीज हम बदलना आसान नहीं है. सो डॉन को पकड़ना मुश्किल है तो ये तो जरूरी है, तो ठीक है. इसके साथ बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर को अमेंड करना भी मुश्किल था. सो बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर जो है, जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, ओरिजिनल कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में नहीं था वो बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर, लेकिन ओरिजिनल कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन का जो प्रोविजंस जो है, जो प्रोविजंस है, जो प्रिंसिपल्स है, जो वैल्यूज है, जो मॉरल्स है, इसको प्रोटेक्ट करने के लिए हम बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर को रेस्पेक्ट करना है, बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर को प्रोटेक्ट करना है. दिस वाज द वर्ड्स ब्यूटीफुली पुट फॉरवर्ड बाय Nani Palkewala at that time. And fortunate enough, I told what is the essence of basic structure. So in a manner to protect basic structure, we had this. So what I want to convey to you is the basic structure, the idea of basic structure, which evolved in case of the Bharati judgment, later added many features, and one of the feature added in the Kumar Padma Prasad case is independent judiciary. Independent judiciary. Okay, so today independent judiciary is one of the important element in the judiciary. Important element in the so-called in the Indian judiciary. So this is quite interesting point to understand. Now NJVC was struck down because of violating basic structure, but that basic structure was not evolved in the case of the Bharati for independent judiciary. The element in basic structure is evolved from these cases, quite important. And finally, Supreme, he said these beautiful words, whether he is correct or wrong, set aside, but you should understand that this is a quite critical statement. He is raising questions to our judiciary, which is not correct, in fact. Clear? So this is the concept of parliamentary sovereignty, in which parliament has the power. At the same time, this is also concept of associated with the independent judiciary, basic structure, and when independent judiciary came to appear. How many of you got very much clarity about basic structure now? No one? Say yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Nargis, you are about to say something. Is it clear?
Yes, sir, it's clear.
Ayan?
Yes, sir.